So working with agencies now, when you're pulling a brief together, data insight is more important than ever before, keeping close to your customer's ever-changing life. So we put data insight front and center, and with over 15.9 million Boots Advantage card holders, that data is quite rich, and we're able to use that to really help our customers by putting the right messages in front of them at the right time. So data insight front and center every brief.
As we move into the future, I see the role of data and technology being more important than ever for agencies. Having access to broad data sets of information across social media, the news, everything that's going on online, that's going to be table stakes, and there's going to be a baseline expectation that all agencies have access to that. So ultimately, agencies should be able to rely on that data to help make data-driven decisions for their clients while they're providing them that strategic counsel. So as their clients are being asked to do more with less and to justify every cent of investment that they're making, having agencies who can rely on that data and use it in a credible, intelligent way is going to set them aside from their peers.
What we all know is that consumers have incredibly non-linear experiences with content and media. They are active across many different channels, more than ever before, and they're not differentiating between those channels. And so the way that marketers need to look at the communications with their audiences is exactly that. It's really telling one story in many different shapes, and making sure that that is consistent in the way that the brand comes across.
Yeah, I think to be super successful as a brand, you need to really understand your audience, but also understand your brand. And so having that sort of tech stack that gives you the intelligence to better understand your audience and better understand what you can do with your brand and how it is perceived is super, super important.
I think the needs for us as Boots have really evolved around winning and winning at pace. Trends emerge on channels like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. We need to respond to those, especially in beauty and even in health as we enter new seasons like summer and pollen and hay fever. So actually having a really agile model with connected agencies talking to each other, sharing data, sharing insight is more important than ever before.
So one of the challenges our clients have is that when they're in multiple markets there's different approaches to marketing, there's different social platforms that are more important, there's different ideas and narratives that will work for them. And so we can give them that local knowledge. Hey, that's not going to work here, but hey, if you twist it or you just do a little bit of work on that messaging, we can make it work here. Or indeed actually also help them navigate away from potential pitfalls.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is we set ourselves up as a merged media agency many years ago, and we saw that was where communications was going. But now what we're seeing is that actually the entire marketing model is going in that same direction, and so that is something that we're lucky enough to have as an offering in the Havas group. Whether it's creative, whether it's CX, whether it's media, we can facilitate all of those different services under one roof. But with that, obviously, comes the challenge of doing that efficiently, making sure that the right stakeholders are involved at the right points in time. And I think another thing that we've seen recently is, particularly in the creative industry in general, is that PR is really at the forefront of award-winning, great creative work today. So it has to be newsworthy. It has to be an idea that's going to get people talking. And so with that comes the need to bring communications experts and PR people into the creative process early on. And so that's something that we're very focused on right now at Havas.
Agencies are being asked to provide more services than ever to their clients. And quite frequently, we're seeing them stretch beyond maybe where they've operated historically. Now, from an integrated agency standpoint, having a pulse of exactly what is happening in the news, on social media, online, across the world, is considered table stakes. And in order to be able to operate in an omni-channel strategy, there is a real need to be able to understand what is going on in each of these different channels. It's something that we've always had at our core. When our company started, we were the first online news monitoring company in 2001, and we very quickly began to integrate social media into our product as it rose in importance.
So looking to the future, we still need to recognize that ultimately the agency world is still led by strategy and ideas, and that means that we really need to be a great proposition for talent, because without the talent, we're not going to be able to create the great strategy and the great creative ideas that then utilize the technologies, which are really just facilitators for that creativity to get out to our audiences that our clients want to reach.
So for me, the critical bit for agency partners and tech partners, understand our business. Take time to get to know us and see whether you've got anything unique that will help us transform and accelerate our journey. So I think for agencies looking to change and evolve, I'd say connect yourself up more than ever through insight and data and sharing what's going on in customers' lives, and keep very close to your client. Those bits are really, really important, because for me, particularly in retail, it's all about speed to market. So the quicker you can see something, identify and respond to it, the better. So get connected, start sharing, get talking, and put the customer in the center. So for me, the future agency model will be dynamic, agile, fast-paced, fun, and customer-centric. I think those are the vital ingredients.
In this future agency model, data and technology are going to play a bigger role than ever before. It's going to be a baseline expectation that agencies have access to all of these data sets that are at their disposal and are able to help their customers navigate this and understand how to take action and what to do next. Proving ROI and proving the value in investments in marketing, public relations, communications, working with creators and so on is going to be under a lot of scrutiny, but to be able to use the data to help them analyze their effectiveness and prove that ROI is going to be what sets winning companies aside. The agency model of the future will be creative, relationship-based, it will be data-driven, and it will be AI-assisted.